This is it. This is the last module in our 5 Elements of Mastery series. Again, I want to congratulate you. You are doing the work. You are becoming more. You are growing. And here's what's really cool. In physics, nature hates vacuums. So as you become more, your life will grow. Your life will become more. It is impossible for more to have less. It's also impossible for less to have more. You know, everybody wants more love, more money, more whatever, but if they aren't doing the work to expand, they're never going to have room for it. So really proud of you. Let's wrap this module up. The 5 Elements of Mastery. There are 6 steps to the process. 5 elements, 6 steps. So we've got void, earth, water, fire, wind, and then we return to the void. And this is critical because the learning process is all about mistakes and feedback. Mistakes and feedback. If you have ever seen an infant learning how to walk, there are a lot of mistakes and feedback, right? They get up and they lean too much to the right and they fall to the right. Then they lean to the left and they fall to the left. The key is in 0 to 4, our ego hasn't gotten in the way. Little teeny beings are all water energy. They don't judge. This is so hard. I'm so spastic. I can't believe it. I'm stupid. This is never going to work. We would all still be crawling if that ego was involved. So the final step, we return to the void and we do a WIN review. This is a critical process. It is this process, if you did this once a day, is worth millions of dollars, literally. So I look at whatever I just did or attempted to accomplish, and I said, what worked? This is really key. Always start with what worked because, hey, you might have missed 10 shots in a row, but at least you got out and you practiced, right? And when we focus on what's working from that emotional intelligence place, we feel better. When we feel better, we move up the energetic spectrum. And what we know from neuroscience is when you're in the green zone, your creativity, your intuition and inspiration, your brain, your neocortex is firing more effectively. Never start a review with, we need to talk. Because when we say that, we know nothing good is going to follow and a person automatically shuts down and becomes defensive. So what's working? What did I do well? And I want you to feel it. And this is for team meetings. This is when you evaluate a day. Remember, we're back in the void. What did we do well? Then, based on what we're here to create, or maybe that vision is expanding, what isn't working? I set a goal for my marketing team. We're going to do $57,000 in sale this week. We only did $35,000. So what is it? Well, maybe it was how we were reaching out. Maybe it was our value proposition. Maybe it was our execution strategy. What isn't working? That's in the water element. So we start in fire. We're feeling great. We're loving the process. We're loving each other. We shift into water. Now it's just pure feedback. I need feedback. The gems of life exist in what we're not great in yet. And if I'm defensive or feeling bad, I won't be able to access those. So what isn't working? And then the last thing, earth element, what needs to change? What am I going to do differently? So Thomas Edison is rumored to have failed 2,000 times in attempting to discover the light bulb. He was interviewed and said, I just ran out of ways to fail. He went through this elemental flow. He imagined a world where children could read at night. He made a declaration, I'm going to create light, electric light. He was a brilliant man. He'd been educated. He had a lot of training. He believed with all of his heart in what he was doing, and he conducted the experiment. And when it didn't work, he stopped. He went back into the void. What did work? I did some things right. What isn't working? What needs to change? He created a new hypothesis, and he started over again. So think about this. Imagine a compass with the void being everything, but also sort of in the middle. Then we have earth, the bottom, water, fire, and wind. I imagine, I declare, I train, I engage, I do, and I review. And if you're following my finger, you're seeing an infinite loop, an infinite flow of energy. When you are engaging and embracing in these 5 elements, your life will be growing and expansive, and it will feel great, even when there's crap happening around you, which there will always be. Think about each element. Go back and review this over and over and over again because there's an energy. And when you are going through a goal creation process, if you set a goal, using wind energy, well, I really hope this is going to work. It's going to fail 100% of the time. If you're trying to execute, but you're rigid and stuck, you're using earth energy in the doing phase, it's not going to work. The magic of 9Q, the magic of energetic intelligence is understanding which element of nature is appropriate for what's happening now, optimizing and using all of those in all of your zones of impact. So now let's kind of put this thing together, and you're going to understand how powerful this is. I know with 4 decades of experience, there is no other coach, training, or program that is as powerful and effective as 9Q. You don't learn about the 3 zones of impact and the 5 elements of mastery at Harvard. You don't learn about them from Tony Robbins. You don't learn about them anywhere but right here, after decades of work and study and traveling around the world. So now, physical mastery, 5 elements. Void, that's my purpose. That's my reason for being. The earth element in personal, that's my physical strength, my health, my vitality. The water element is my intellect. The fire element are my emotions. The wind element, that's my spiritual, my service quotient, right? So we have elements, quotients. PQ, earth, physical. IQ, intelligence quotient, water. EQ, emotional quotient, fire. SQ, your spiritual, your service quotient, wind. 9Q, your energetic quotient, your capacity to connect with your God purpose, your reason for being. And these elements and zones in business, let's go over to business success, in the void. If you're going to run a thriving operation, a company, you've got to have a massive transformative purpose. What is that gift, that product, that service you're bringing to the marketplace? Then in the earth element, this is where a company builds its strategy, where you get your capital, your resources, where you declare your projects, your targets, your goals, your KPIs. You've got to have a strategy. The water element in a company, research and development. Are you staying on the cutting edge of your industry? Training, systems. In business and in life, it's about systems and habits. Do you have SOPs engineered? In the fire element, this is the engagement. Are your employees so well trained and so connected to the mission that they actually show up and work? You know, the average employee only performs for less than 3 hours a day. They're not engaged. That fire element isn't there. And are you an expert at sharing your company's gifts with the world? Are you engaging your customers and clients? In the wind element, how good are your operations? How well are you executing? Are you under-promising and over-delivering? And then are you going back into the void and constantly iterating? iOS 18, the iPhone 15. We can't rest on our laurels. We are always in this flow of energy. And so I hope you can see how powerful 9Q is. 3 zones of impact: personal mastery, relational synergy, business success. 5 elements of mastery: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. Put these together and you are unstoppable. And so what's your next step? Get your white belt course scheduled. Get together with me and then start your training. Get into the dojo. Get certified. We start with a 90-day certification program, and then those who qualify go on and get their black belts. A 12-month certification program where it's so I'm giving you all the information for free, and a very small percentage of the population will go out and execute on this. The rest of you guys are going to need some help. And that's why I'm here. And that's why the cohorts inside the dojo are here, to make sure you are winning more and more every day. I love you. We're going to be having more great free training. Keep showing up. Keep bringing your friends. How are you doing in the leaderboard? Comment, like, share, pop things in the community in our different zones of learning and impact. Thanks for being on this ride with me. I will see you again in the dojo for more great training. And until then, expect the best. Go make some magic happen. On behalf of myself, all of the teachers who have got me here, my brilliant partner, Dr. Laura Ciel, thank you for showing up and being a force for a better, brighter future. Now, go make some great happen. Thanks, you guys.